I'm going to tell you the difference between a busy schedule and a productive schedule is longevity in your career.
Hey friends, welcome back. Another episode. Gloves off. Here with my buddy,
Candy Velez. I'm a practicing dental hygienist of the past 10 years here in Florida.
Oh, so where in Florida are you, Candy? I'm in Florida.
Okay. Oh, so I'm in Sebring, right central Florida in a rural area. So, but we have an amazing dental community here in this city. So
I love that. And that kind of, segues into where we're headed today. And this is a topic that I think a lot of dentists have trouble with. And I'm going to say some hygienists have trouble with too. But what's the difference between a busy schedule and a productive schedule?
I'm going to tell you the difference between a busy schedule and a productive schedule is longevity in your career.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
for sure.
When you're kind of pitting one against the other, and I'm going to guess that we want to be more productive as opposed to being more busy, how do we need to look at our schedule differently than maybe most people are looking at it today?
So what I like to look for, and what's very important, not only in this topic, but many topics, is creating the win-win-win, right? The win for the practice, the win for the provider, and the win for the patient. Okay. So with that, we don't want to just throw anything to the wall and see if it sticks. And, oh, let's just throw this patient in here and let's just put that patient over there. We have a goal. We want to meet that goal. Our providers need a certain amount of time to provide certain treatments for patients so that they can provide standard of care. And then you also want to provide that quality of care. So we need to make sure that those pieces of the puzzle fit together. Are we meeting our goals? Are we giving the provider the time that they need to provide this service? And are we providing quality care to our patients and leaving on time at the end of the day?
Yeah. Okay. That's helpful when we want to be sustainable and be in this game for the long haul. So what do you think stops people from scheduling productively and continues this kind of myth that we just need to keep jamming people in a schedule? What stands in the way from us getting better?
Should I dare to say laziness and not training people properly? Should I dare to say that?
It's always okay to say it. So tell me about that.
We want to approach our schedules strategically. And so many times you have something that falls off the schedule and it's like, just fill it, put whatever you can put in there. Instead of looking to see, does that actually meet the needs of our practice, our patient, and our provider? So I think that we need to be more strategic with the schedule because that schedule is the lifeblood of the practice.
Yeah. Can I add one more?
Yes.
All right. So I hear you, because I do believe, if we're honest, if we're doing that mirror test, lazy is a thing.
Yes.
Knowledge, strategy being a second thing. The third one for me, I think, and I'm going to speak as a dentist. So if you're me out there in the universe, you can use your inside voice on this one, but I'm going to say fear. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if I don't put people in there and we're not busy, that I'm not going to be able to sustain this business that I was really never trained to run. I was trained to be a clinician. So I think fear is a big one too. How would you help a dental practice team, dentist leading, get over the fear?
Fear. Wow, that is a good one. And I can see that because practicing for the past 10 years, the dentist would walk by and say, well, I'm glad to hear all those Cavitron running. That means that I'm doing well in my business, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing well at your business. So you need to look at it as a whole, and don't be afraid to have that block on the schedule for your productive appointments. It will come when you do the right thing for the patients and your providers. Everything will come in order, but you have to be willing to take some risks and leave a block on the schedule for a productive appointment. Train your team to be able to move things strategically. And it's not just train your team, but train together to be all on the same page and know what that looks like for your practice and your providers.
I love that. Candy, thanks for hanging out. We're going to talk more. If you're watching this and you want some tips on how to train your team, just reach out to us at DentistryIQ. We'll be happy to share a playbook with you on how to make that happen. So Candy, thanks for hanging out. I'm sure I'll see you back here soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.